UFC featherweight contender, Calvin Kattar. Thank you so much for the time, man. How's the Northeast summer treating you?
Not bad. I feel like we got our first day of fall yesterday. It's kind of nice, but right behind that comes winter. So it's always enjoy the fall.
Definitely. Now, coming out of the Dan Ige fight, man, how were you physically? A lot of people were talking about the nose. Is the nose all good now?
Yeah, like I was just telling you before we kind of got on here, just watching the Robbie Lawler Rory McDonald fight, and kind of reminds me of how I felt in after that Stevens fight, and then going into the Ige fight. But didn't take too much of a beating in the Ige fight. I'm feeling strong now. It's just everything's on the up and up, and I'm eyeing another fight hopefully by the end of the year.
The rest of the body feels good too. Like, are you back to like training as most as you can, I guess?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great overall, but it's funny because you have like levels of injuries. It's like you don't realize the little things because your nose or your hand are kind of the big ones. And then all of a sudden when they start feeling better, you're like, man, you know what? This thing kind of been bothering me all, for the last however long too. But priorities, man, first it's like a constant wheel of pain. Like first it's this injury and then you get another one. So that one kind of goes on the back burner. And then you get another one. It just kind of rotates until you're always battling something. But no, overall I feel pretty good, man. I've enjoyed a couple weeks after the last fight. Enjoyed summer a little bit. Hit the beach for a week, which was nice. And yeah, now I'm just kind of getting back in the gym, pulling doubles, and feeling good, and hopefully eyeing a fight by the end of the year, and hopefully with a big name. So just trying to be as ready as I can for that.
Definitely, man. That's why I got you on here to talk all about that, man. This
That's
weekend,
it.
we were supposed to have a big fight in the featherweight division between Zabit and Yair. That got canceled. Zabit became uncharacteristically very vocal online. Were you surprised by that somewhat?
I honestly, I barely pay attention to these guys, especially.
Yeah.
It's not too hard to forget about them when none of them are fighting anyway. It's like the only if it wasn't for Twitter or social media, you wouldn't even know about these guys.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. Like, if you're not fighting without social media, like, let's say we take it back 20 years, yeah, we would have forgot.
You already forgot, But hopefully these guys, I think they all got something coming up soon, and hopefully it happens. And it's just kind of it's all jammed up, traffic jam at the top, and hopefully these guys get to work, do what they are trained to do, go out fight, and move these rankings around a little bit and open things up. But I plan to stay busy, man, with or without them, whoever. Like I said, I plan to fight by the end of the year, and I'm looking forward to whoever that is going to be against.
You said the traffic jam at the top, but during a traffic jam, all you need is an ambulance, right? And you hop in that thing and go to the front. Like, what's the
Hey, no,
ambulance?
that's what I'm saying, man. You know what? It's like I could see some. I'm busy, man, and I know that the UFC and fans even just appreciate the busy guy. The guy gets going and earning opportunities, not asking for them, not waiting for the perfect, everything to align. Just make it happen, man. We're in a pandemic. Let's go. Keep it moving. You fight or don't fight. Shit or get off the pot. Because if you're not trying to fight, there's a whole laundry list of guys in the division that are dying for that opportunity. So, that's just where I see it at. And I think that's where the champ sees it at too. So, hopefully these guys get busy and just get to work.
Well, I see a lot of parallels with you and Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns, kind of the same approach. He just took the fights that he needed to take, won all the
Yep.
fights, and now he's lined up for the title. Do you see that, like yourself, as kind of similar path with him?
Definitely, yeah. He's just the one going out getting it done. Not to say other guys aren't deserving, man. These guys, some of them, they're winning fights, but it's like few and far between. Let's get to work. It's like. But at the end of the day, I don't, like I said, I don't really pay attention so much to these guys. I'm too busy trying to stay in the gym, stay moving, and whoever steps in there with me is gonna have my full attention. And these guys can all just just keep sliding each other's DMs and shit, whatever they're doing. I don't know, man. It's crazy. Like whatever. Like I said, I'm staying in the gym, getting to work, and that's it.
Yeah, Volkanovski, he's kind of getting involved too out there on social media. He put up a video saying, get your shit together to the division, earn that #1 spot. But I feel like there's a bunch of guys that could fight for the title. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like you earned it. Like you could, I feel you could have a case. The Zombie could have a case right now, even though he's lined up
We all
for
got
the
a
Brian
case.
Ortega.
Yeah. Shit, Max Holloway got a case.
Yeah.
He lost twice. But yeah, it's kind of at a big standstill. So we got to work that out. Like he said, the champs fought. These other guys haven't fought, and they want a shot at him. Like, it's just not how it works. And but like I said, man, let the UFC deal with all the matchmaking, and my plan, after November, I was just like, my plan was to go 3-0 this year, and just get to work. Right now, we're at 2-0. I got hopefully another fight by the end of the year. Put a check next to that, and it's funny, man. Yeah, these guys are all standing still. It's like they're back where I left them, and I definitely feel like that opens more doors for me moving forward, and yeah, I just stay moving and be ready for an opportunity once it presents itself.
Well, speaking of opportunities, Rodriguez, he pulls out due to an injury. Tyson expresses that you would go in there and step in against Zabit. And was there any discussion of that actually with the UFC, and how far did it go, if so?
Yeah, it went as far as it can go on our end. And when Tyson gives me the green light, he knows let's get to work. He says it's a good opportunity. And we pack the bags and we go, man. So that's what we had in front of us, and they just didn't want it. I mean, I get it, where he just come off a fight with me, but I got momentum now. I came back 2 wins, and but you can't make the guy fight. I get it. He just came off that. He wants something new, but at the same time, when no one else, you're trying to get paid. You're trying to sit back out another year, or figure it out. I guess that's up to them, man. Him as manager, everybody, whatever they want to do, let them figure out what's best for them. And for what's best for me is just staying in the gym and we expressed interest, but they didn't want it. So now it's the next to whoever does.
Well, the next big fight is October 17th, the Korean Zombie versus Ortega. That's a fight that has a lot of animosity and narrative that's going into this one. How do you see this fight playing out? Because there's a lot of variables here. Ortega's been out for a long time, and the Zombie's just been running through guys. So what do you see in this fight?
I see like the same thing as Zabit and Yair. Just a lot of inactivity, a lot of talent, but let's see it. Let's see what they do with it. Who's going to come out on top? That fight's been talked about for how long? Zabit versus Yair has been talked about for how long? I think they just need to reshake up the four and have them fight just different guys, because clearly what's going on, it just ain't happening. I don't know. Just mix it up or something, because we've been at a standstill now for a while. I'm sure, they want to get busy, but I don't know. I don't really give a shit about none of them fights, man. Honestly, it's like, if it happens, cool. If not, let me know if I can fill in. Other than that, whatever, man. When I guess I should care more than I do. I should care more than I do. I don't give a shit.
Well, we do have the Zombie and Ortega lined up for October, and Zabit and Rodriguez seem like they're going to be lined up in the next couple of months. That only leaves 2 people in that top, is you and Max. Like, I feel like that makes sense. It all just depends on, I believe, Max willing to take the fight, man. Has that been offered, or is Tyson right now pitching that to the UFC as we speak?
Probably. Tyson pitches everybody to the UFC. So it works for me, because I'll fight anybody. So it's a good relationship we have. But yeah, that sounds like it makes sense, assuming that these 4 other guys follow through with what they've been talking about forever, and then either way, though, a fight against Max, a W over him, I think I cut everybody in line at that point, because, some people consider Max still a champ. So a win over Max would be great, man. Belts aside, he's one of the best to ever do it in the division, and it would be definitely an honor to step in there with him, and a win over him would be just as good as getting that belt around my waist.
Now, another guy that keeps coming out of the woodwork is Henry Cejudo. He keeps calling out Volkanovski, you know what I mean? Like, he's a funny guy. He's a fun guy. And he's retired, but he's not retired. And, he wants the immediate title shot at featherweight. That's what he said will draw him back. But, a lot of people say, hey, you might want to earn that title shot. Would you entertain a fight with Volkanovski? to earn your title shot?
Will I entertain a
Not
fight?
Volkanovski. I mean Cejudo. Cejudo. I'm sorry.
Oh, he'd have to. You saying give him a fight in the division first before he gets to
Yes.
the champ?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'd entertain a fight with anybody, man. Like I said, I'll fight everybody, but that is funny, man. He's always giving you something to read on social media, all these guys. So I guess at the end of the day, it is what it is. But the UFC might put that together maybe just for buys. Maybe it does some buys, but the champ's not really concerned with that. I like that his focus is more on the contenders, and he wants to. I like guys that once they get that belt, I got Asanya, same mindset, and they come from the same school, so yeah, definitely props to them. They want to fight the contenders, and I want to fight all the contenders almost before I get to the belt. I want to just kind of, take out 1 through 5, and then this way, when I have the belt, they don't even have anybody for me, almost in a sense, But yeah, I like his mindset on that. So I like how he kind of keeps his focus on the contenders aside from Henry Cejudo, who's definitely all over him.
I feel like if Henry does want to come back and he does want to fight at featherweight, he should fight one of the contenders. Do you think he at least deserves that, since he's won 2 titles?
Man, when you're winning fights, you ask for whatever you want. You win in fights, you win in 2 titles, you only get what you ask for, and that man's got a lot of leverage right now. And I could see where he has an opportunity to do something that no one's ever done. That would excite me if I was him, and I could see why he'd go after that. But where Volkanovski's at, I think he's got a lot to lose in that side. I don't think he gains a lot by beating up a 35 or bumping up, even if he is a double champ. It's like, so there's a lot to risk for him. And then realistically, I know he's more focused, like you're saying, on his division and taking out contenders. So just see how that one plays out.
What about you? If you had,
Me?
If they said you fight Cejudo, you beat him, vice versa, they get the title shot, how would you see that fight playing out? Do you think Cejudo's just too small? He's just too little for the division?
I mean, look at Volkanovski. He's not too big. Aside from weight, that guy, I guess, used to play rugby at 200 or whatever that is. But as far as height-wise and things, I don't think he's so far off from. I don't know measurements, man, but I don't think they're too far off. So I don't think it's seeing it too crazy. Who knows, man? Look at Frankie Edgar, man. He's was he 155-pound champ?
Yeah.
He's 35 right now. You know what I mean? Who knows? It's all over the place at this point. But as far as I'm concerned, it's all over the place, man. I don't even buy into these fights, like I'm saying, until it's even when the contract's signed. Rob always tells me I don't even know if he's ever fought one person he's ever been contracted to fight. It's always been a switch up, and then he's had to fight somebody else, but never his original opponent. So I don't get lost in all the preliminary bullshit. I should do it more. It might land me bigger opportunities in fights, maybe. You get on the social media, talk all that shit, do all the bullshit, that probably people that generates maybe curiosity for a fight. But I just focus on the nuts and bolts, the training, the things that pay dividends. And I don't get too lost in all that other shit, but I guess it's important. And some of these guys are really good at it, too good at it.
Ideally, when are you, targeting your return? Of course, you said that you'd like to fight anybody, maybe even step in, but ideally, like a Max Holloway fight. When would that happen?
Anytime I'm good. I'd like to do one more by the end of the year, but I'm open, man. So if the fight gets pushed back, I'm only going to get that much better. However it works out, I'm just training either way. So the way I see it, it was like the Jeremy fight keeps pushing back. I'm only getting better and better. So time's on my side, and when that opportunity happens, I'll just be that much more ready for it.
Man, you're probably so easy to work with the UFC. You know what I mean?
That was the only one I felt like during the pandemic that didn't reach out and ask what's going on, where are we fighting, when are we fighting. We just, they'll reach out to us, so we just focus on the training. They'll give us a call. They didn't forget about us, So it's like keep getting in the work. It's gonna eventually happen. Things are gonna work out, and if it doesn't, at least you are ready for it, So even when I even was saying in interviews, I think the whole time, this fight ain't even gonna happen. But I had a plan like it was Ganu, but all the signs were saying it's not happening, and it was just making me train harder because I was so pissed that I'm training for something that's still probably not gonna happen.
Yeah, I guess even on top of that, the pandemic's going on, so it's just
There's nothing else to do.
Yeah, there is.
Whatever. I'm just training. all day, every day, and I'm just trying to change my life, man. And these paychecks are at a point where they're getting pretty close to doing that, and so it's very motivating for me to go in, put in that work. I realize I got, hopefully, if this was my one shot, I don't want to let it slip through my hands, So I know a lot of people that would beg to be an opportunity I have right now, and guys that have worked just as long, just as hard, and for one reason or another, they're not in the position I'm in. So for me not to give it my full attention, utmost respect, especially competing against the best guys in the world, I'd be stupid, So I'm just putting in the work every day, and it's motivating to see, like I said, those zeros add to the paycheck and things starting to change in my life, and makes you want to go out and put in that extra work, pandemic or not.
Yeah, then that's the best motivation in the world, man. Now, I guess we'll just have to wait and see if the UFC announces something real soon with you or
I'm not gonna
somebody.
lie though, man. These guys are very annoying in the division, and it's it it's very motivating also to want to step in there with a lot of them, because I just feel like I don't know how a lot of these guys are in the position they're in, just with some of the mindsets they got. It's like how the hell they land in a top 10 position, and these guys, I don't know, man. No conversation for another day.
All right. Well, I'll definitely get back with you, you know what I mean, when they announce something that's solid. And yeah, I'm looking forward to, you getting back in there, man. Your performances have been elevating, and I love that step in elbow. I know you hit it a few times in the
I
Ige
wish,
fight too.
yeah, I wish I did a little bit more, but months notice. My hands, I forgot to tell the corner. It's pretty funny. In between the rounds, I just for some reason, one way or another, you got a minute in the round, in the breaks, and sit down, get my breath for a sec, drink some water, and then they start talking. And by the time I get back out in the cage, I'm going. I land a good shot. I'm like, fuck. Forgot to tell them my hands are all jacked up. They're asking for more volume. I didn't even tell them that my hands were a little bit kind of, tweaked. And I didn't really get to tell them until after the fight. Meanwhile, they're telling me more volume the whole time. But I wanted to come in and try to switch up, land some elbows. But he was punching real short, so I figured kind of going in the pocket might have been a little 50-50. And just kept a long range and just kind of eased my way through a win, a main event win, another good checkpoint, heal up a little bit, and now, go out and without a hole in my face, really kind of go out and put it on the line again next time. So just kind of get a W there and move on.
Definitely, man. I'm looking forward to it, man. Always appreciate your time, and yeah, man. Enjoy the fall. I guess it's starting now in the Northeast, and we'll see what happens.
Appreciate that. Yes, sir. Keep me posted as soon as we got someone. We'll set this back up.
Hey guys, Sasha Platnikoff here, letting you know to tune in to SCMP post-fight for all your weekly martial arts news.